Hey guys, welcome back. So I recently put out a poll on Instagram where I asked people if they would be interested in studying in the UK versus working in the UK, and nearly 50% of those who replied for the poll said that they were interested in studying in the UK and were coming to the UK in Jan, May and September 2024. Now, if you are a student, would you like to live in a room looking like this? If you answered yes, then let me inform you that this place that you just saw is just one of the many accommodation sites available through Amber students. This was obviously one of the sites available in Birmingham, but if you are a student who is planning to relocate to the UK or the US or Australia or any other country, Amber has the right accommodation for you. So in today's video, I will be answering all of your questions about this. And if you would like to book through them, I'll leave the link for them in the description box below. So please do not forget to book your accommodation with Amber, and I will be stating why just in a few seconds. So first things first, why should you be looking at Amber? So let's just see what are your options when you look into booking accommodation as a student. You can either book a private accommodation through many websites such as Spare Rooms, Zoopla, Rightmove, etc. Or you can book university halls, or you can book private student accommodations such as Amber. Now let's talk about why I wouldn't be booking a room through private accommodation. In private accommodation, you might be sharing your house or maybe your sort of residential area with other people. These can be working professionals, they can be families, they can be anybody around you. And the reason for not sharing that space with them is because as a student, sometimes your schedules can be so packed and busy. You might be doing a part-time job, you might be doing university assignments, you might be having exams coming up, and then there are people around you who might not be supportive of it. Whereas with a student accommodation, at least you are aware that most of the people living around you are students and they might be following the same schedules as you. The second thing is obviously in terms of security. In private accommodation, each place might not be as secure. So for example, if you're living in a house, there might not be the same security levels as compared to some of the student accommodations where you might have a fob to enter within the apartment or within the student accommodation building. Now again, coming down to the fact of comparisons between student accommodation privately versus the university ones. Why would I suggest that you go in for a private student accommodation? Well, firstly, it's because university student accommodations are more expensive, so they are a bit difficult on your pockets, especially when you're looking to study abroad. And secondly, most of the university accommodations are situated within the university campus, and these can be again quite a sort of distance away from your city center or maybe even grocery shops, making it harder for you to go about your daily activities. Whereas most of the private accommodations are situated based in mind, keeping the idea of university and the city center sort of equidistant, so you don't really need to be worried about being too far away. The second reason is obviously that this will help you to save a lot of transport costs, because most of these sort of centers of private student accommodation such as Amber are within walking distances to university, so you're not really going to be spending any money on public transport. So why would I recommend that you book your university accommodation through Amber? Well, the first reason is scams. When you look for accommodation privately, that is through Spare Rooms, Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, there are a high risk of you being scammed. Now, obviously, as somebody who's been living in the UK for the past 3 years, I've had my fair share of moving around, and I've been this close to committing my money or paying my deposit towards a scam, and I definitely don't want it to happen to any of you guys who are planning to come from a foreign country into the UK to start your life here. So one of the best reasons for you to book your university accommodation through Amber is that you are protected from all of these scams. You will be sort of shown the universities. Now, most of the sort of pictures on Amber are reflective of what the actual rooms might look like. So it sort of puts you out there and shows you exactly where you will be living, what is the location, and the best of all is that your deposits will be protected. So what is a deposit? Whenever you are planning to sort of live in a space in the UK or live in a house or a room in the UK, you might most likely have to pay a certain amount even before you start living over there, just as a sort of lock-in or to book that space for you. Now, usually this deposit money should be returned to you at the end of your contract of you living within that room or within that house. Now, with Amber, they have a very good deposit protection scheme. And this brings me to the second point, which is that if you book with them and for any reason, say for example, your visa doesn't arrive on time, or your visa is rejected, or you're not granted your full-fledged offer letter from your university, then Amber is willing to refund your deposit money provided you let them know in due time, which I think is a massive bonus for anybody who's looking to book their accommodation in the UK. Coming down to the third reason why they are absolutely brilliant is that right now, most of the university accommodations are going away really quickly. And as per the university and as per market standards, most of the research shows that nearly 60% of accommodation will be out and sort of booked before May 2024. Now, personally, as somebody who's watching this video, I would be panicking if I wouldn't be able to secure myself an accommodation. So I would say this is the right time because Amber has started an early booking campaign. So if you book with them right now, you will be in a state of mind where you are aware that you have a place sorted out for you. It is safe, it is secure, it has wonderful features and facilities. Your deposit is protected. It's within walking distance of your university. And giving you that sort of security is what Amber is really looking out for. And now coming down to the final point, which I think is going to hit home for most of you, which is cost saving. So as you are all aware, obviously the costs of living within the UK and especially in London has skyrocketed over the last 2 years. But what can you do to save money? Right now, Amber is offering you an opportunity to get a £50 cashback. That is nearly 5,000 rupees cashback if you book with them through this early booking campaign. What is also brilliant is that, like I said before, if you book an accommodation or you book your accommodation with Amber closer through university, you will be saving a lot in travel cost, and that is nearly about £2,000 worth of travel for the year. Also, thirdly, like I said, Amber bookings are mostly cheaper as compared to university halls, and that means that you might be saving an additional £3,000. So that means a total saving of nearly £5,000 for you if you make your booking with Amber for 2024 student intake. So don't miss this opportunity, guys. Use it right now because this is exactly when you will be able to save nearly £5,000 for yourself and your parents. And I'll leave the link for them in the description box below. So go ahead and make those bookings and let me know your experience. But also, if you have any questions about it, do not forget to leave them down in the comments and I will get back to you. Take care. Bye.